Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon bringing you guys a twin flame reading. So this is just basically going to be a general reading for anybody out there that happens to be tuning in. Not every single reading that you tune into is always going to be meant for you and your situation. So you really just have to just take the messages as they resonate. If you are listening to a reading and it's just kind of like it's not absorbing, it's not relating to you and your situation within like the first 5 to 10 minutes, it's probably not the reading for you. It's never a good idea to allow yourself to become negatively triggered, especially if you're doing really, really well. Now, of course, the intention for this reading is to be very uplifting and healing. It's not really a shadowy reading, but sometimes things come through that can be a little bit of, a little dark, a little bit of a challenge, and sometimes people are triggered by that. So just watch at your own discretion is all I can say. So I'm going to be using a variety of different decks here today. I will try to remember to tell you guys what I'm using as I'm using it, and we're just basically going to jump right into it. I'm going to do a little bit of Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine energy. I'm going to be reading from the Divine Feminine's perspective, so just to keep that in mind if for any Divine Masculines that happens to be watching out there, but I think most of my audience is Divine Feminines. So let's go ahead and just jump right into these energies. So what I want to see is where the masculine is at in his current mind space. I'm going to be using the Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards by John Holland for the Divine Masculine. I'm going to be I'm going to be combining it with the Wisdom of the Oracle cards by Colette Baron Reed. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm just going to wing it as I go. I just channel better that way. All right, so I'm going to spread these guys here, and then I'm going to go ahead and shuffle this deck and put it on the side. Okay, so this is where the Divine Masculine is at this current time in his head space. Okay, so the head space, we have Eight of Swords, somebody who is feeling like they are trapped in their mind, okay? Now, the Eight of Swords is that energy where it does remind us that it really is our own self-doing, meaning that we can get out of that feeling of being trapped at any time. So let me get an Oracle card here. We have message in a bottle. What I'm getting from this immediately, and I just have to go with what I'm immediately getting, because not everybody may read this combination the same. There is some kind of a message that this Divine Masculine may be waiting on, and he's not getting this message. He may be waiting for some kind of communication. Now, it could be connected to you, Divine Feminine. Maybe you and this Divine Masculine are in separation. Maybe you guys haven't spoken in a long time. He could be waiting for this communication, or it's like intuitively he just knows that he should be reaching out to you is actually what I just got. So he's trapped in fear about moving forward and messaging you. So he's really logically rolling around this thought in his mind. He's really, really struggling with this energy right now. So it's like, I get that he is either thinking about messaging you, or he is thinking about how great it would be to hear from you. But it's like there's some kind of fear that keeps him trapped from actually taking action on this. So I'm hoping that resonates with some of you. So let's go ahead and see where is he at in his heart space, his emotions. I love it. We have the Sun connected to the here and now. So this is where the Divine Masculine is at in the present moment. The Sun is a card that does represent Leo, but it does not have to represent just Leos out there. I'm just putting it out there for astrological, purposes. But the Sun is about illumination. I mean, look at the person in that card. They are starting to see the light. Their heart is beginning to be illuminated. They're starting to see something here. They're starting to feel something. It's almost like if they were in a period of time where things were really dark and heavy for them, that energy is shifting to the light, okay? And that could be why, if this has been a dormant connection for a while, it could be one of the reasons why all of a sudden the divine masculine is starting to, in the present moment, feel this energy, and he is now conflicted on what to do about it. That could be coming through or that could be it as well. That's what's coming through. So here, this is also to me about divine signs and just being led to our destiny, because we have this person who is looking up into the stars, these spheres of light, and they are seeing some kind of message or illumination. Things are being illuminated to them. They're starting to see something here. Because this is emotions, I'm getting that they're starting to feel something in the here and now. I have the past and I also have the future here. So it's like in current time. For whoever's watching this who wants to know whether or not their divine masculine is having an awakening or is feeling their connection, I'm getting that this divine masculine in the here and now is feeling some sort of energy connected to you, divine feminine, who's watching this. So that is a nice confirmation for those of you that are wondering. So let's go ahead now and see what's going on in the physical world for the divine masculine. You know, I love that we are getting cards that are very similar in their pictures. This is the Eight of Wands energy. The Eight of Wands, it does say accelerated motion, but the Eight of Wands does sometimes indicate, or most of the time indicates, some sort of action that's being taken in the material world, and also it indicates communication. So again, I know that the divine masculine is struggling right now when it comes to communication, whether he's waiting on you to make communication or whether he is struggling to make communication and break out of that fear. I'm getting that in the physical world, there is something that is going to happen here with this. Either you're going to make this communication or he is, but I am seeing that there is some kind of divinely orchestrated sign. It's like whatever he is feeling right now in his heart, he continues to follow that guidance. Or you do, one of the two. It's crazy. So let's see the card that's connected to this. Yeah, look at this, serendipity. Like literally there is this, like he can't discount it. He cannot discount the signs. He is seeing signs is what I'm getting here. He can't discount this anymore. There's too many synchronicities. There's too many serendipitous things going on here. He cannot discount it any longer. And so because of this, he is forced in the here and now to figure out what the hell he's going to do. So mentally, yes, he might be trapped. He might be feeling like he's struggling, but I'm getting that he is going to break out of this. And I do have to say that we have two eights here. To me, sometimes eights can indicate infinity symbols, but it can, meaning like we're going round and round and round and round. And because of that, we're getting nowhere. But guess what? This serendipity is 1 + 8, which means 9. So this is a continuation of growth. We go from the 8 to the 9. We're getting closer to a breakthrough. We're getting closer towards making some sort of action is what I'm getting here from Spirit. So let's go ahead and see what his overall spiritual energy is. Yeah, right now he is feeling conflicted. He has some decisions that he needs to make, and he's also working on cleaning up his life. So that might be another reason why he is trapped in fear, is because he either knows that he is not 100% ready for this connection. He might not feel good about some aspect of himself. Examples, he may not feel like he has done certain work as far as in the material world. Maybe he feels like he is still chasing a dream. Maybe he feels like he is still, looking for that peace that he has been looking for quite some time. Maybe there is something that he needs to clean up when it comes to his body, his health, his attitude. Maybe there's even a person that's in his life that he no longer desires to be with, and that's what he's trying to clean up. There's definitely some kind of cleanup going on, and because of that, it creates confusion and it creates procrastination. So it's like I'm just seeing this energy where he has a lot of choices right now, and he might need to clean these things up. Now, for some of them, it could just be that they've got a lot of people around them. They have a lot of choices, and they're really wanting to clean this up. They no longer want to be in this energy to where they're just basically, you know, in all these different casual connections. They may desire to clean up this part of themselves, this promiscuous part of themselves, or this part of themselves that is afraid to connect with another individual on a very deep level. This may be something that they're desiring to clean up because they are wanting to come into union with that person that they feel a deep connection with. And I'm getting that they can no longer deny it. They can no longer deny it. There's too many freaking signs for this divine masculine to deny this connection any longer. So I just feel like right now they're getting down to the nitty gritty of making some sort of decision, and that decision looks to me like they may be making some sort of move in the material world when it comes to changing their lives, improving it and cleaning up, or even possibly making communication or coming towards you, Divine Feminine. Very interesting. So now let's go ahead and go into the Divine Feminine's energy and just see where she is at. This right here is the Psychic Heart Tarot and Oracle cards by John Holland. And this one is called the Enchanted Map Oracle Cards by Colette Baron Reed. Okay, so this is where the Divine Feminine is at in her mental space. I love it. It's the Magician's card with encouragement. So what I'm getting here for the Divine Feminine is the Divine Feminine is aware of her mental powers. She is aware of her mental energies and how powerful they really are, because it really does affect her energy and this connection. I'm getting that the energy that she is actually in is very much dedicated not only to her own growth, but also to the growth of the Divine Masculine. Energetically, she is actually encouraging the Divine Masculine right now to grow in a positive way. So I'm seeing this Divine Feminine who is watching this. Yes, she still may have some things she needs to clean up as far as forgiveness and different things like that. But I'm seeing that this Divine Feminine that's watching this video, that you're resonating with these messages, you're highly evolved on this journey. And so because of it, you are able to lend your Divine Masculine the courage and the strength that he needs in order to grow and heal. Because you have taken the time to already work on yourself. And so you're feeling energetically ready and able to now lend this strength to your Divine Masculine. This is yellow energy. And what I get from yellow, bright energy like this is solar plexus. Solar plexus chakra has to do with our confidence and our life purpose in the material world. And I'm already seeing that the Divine Masculine is very much in that energy of maybe really needing to build himself or continue to build himself up in the material world, still needing to accomplish something, or at least wanting to accomplish something. And so she is encouraging him to continue to do that, continue to chase your dreams, continue to do what you need to do in order to feel better about yourself, because the better that you feel about yourself, the better you're going to be for this connection. So if you don't want to come back right now, I'm okay with that. I'm doing me right now anyways. I'm just seeing here that this Divine Masculine and Feminine, they're both simultaneously working in the material world on their own crafts. And so they're really both mirroring this energy. And I think that we have both of these energies. Do you see how they're mirroring each other and they're meeting in the middle in that heart? I'm getting that we're blending. This could be fire and water energy. I'm seeing blue as in water and fire. We could literally be talking about a fire and a water sign, Divine Masculine and Feminine, but it doesn't have to be. I'm just throwing it out there. But yeah, this is definitely something that they need, or that they're doing right now. So enough about that. Let's go ahead and see where the Divine Feminine is at in her heart space and her emotions. Yep, she is in this unconditional love, this feeling of just this soul connection on every level. The Six of Cups is a card of remembering. It's the card of, I recognize that this is this person. Like, you may be having, if Divine Feminine watching this, you may be having a lot of soul recognition or just a lot of memories of your past with your Divine Masculine. You may be having just like a lot of spiritual just things happening to you. You're having dreams, you're having visions, you're having all kinds of things that are connected to this soul connection. So yeah, you're deeply connected in your heart space to your Divine Masculine. And it's almost like you're in this energy of, you just know on every level and with every fiber of your being that you're going to reconnect with your Divine Masculine. So you're not worried, is what I'm getting. You're not feeling this anxiety. And we have moonlight. For some of you, whenever I see the moon, it can indicate Pisces or Cancer. I always have to say that. So again, that would coincide with water energy. Cancer and Pisces are water. But what I'm getting here is that this moonlight, things are not illuminated just yet. But the thing is, they don't need to be illuminated because you just feel the connection. You just know. It's like you don't need any physical proof in the material world to tell you that this connection is in fact real, that it's in fact divine. You don't need it. We have 6, and then we have 5 plus 1, which is 6. You feel very harmonious right now with your Divine Masculine and your heart space. Even though things are not completely revealed, even though there's still things that are mysterious and that are hidden from you, maybe your Divine Masculine never really told you how he felt, and that's just something that he feels it, but he has not actually said these words to you in the material world. I'm getting that on an intuitive level, you just know. I'm also getting that you are intuitively connected to your Divine Masculine. There's a telepathic communication between the two of you. You guys may also be experiencing where you're dreaming of each other and you're meeting in the astral plane. So there's definitely something about moon, about dreams, about psychic connections with this Divine Feminine. And it's like, it's really being orchestrated on her part because her energy is so high right now in vibration that it's like she is able to affect her Divine Masculine in a very positive way and also connect with him in that 5D energy. And that 5D energy for her is everything right now, because I'm getting at this Divine Feminine, it does not have a connection with her Divine Masculine in the 3D. They're in separation. They're not speaking. There's no contact here. Okay, so let's go ahead and see the physical world for the Divine Feminine. So the physical world here, we have the 8 of Swords energy. I think it's very interesting here because the Divine Masculine also had the 8 of Swords energy. Let me go ahead and grab it. I don't know why I put these on the side. Yeah, see, he was here. The same card, but different deck here. So what I'm getting here is that they're mirroring each other, but he was like that in his mental space. This is her in the material world. So it could be that she feels a little hopeless and helpless in regards to, not necessarily hopeless and helpless. I actually don't like those words on this card because I'm not feeling that actually. I'm just feeling stuck energy. I'm just feeling like she might feel a little stuck when it comes to which way she should go. Okay. So as much as she is working on herself, as much as she is just feels this connection and knows it intuitively, she just connects with it that way. I'm talking about in the physical world where we're dealing with our fears, we're dealing with our ego. That's kind of popping through for her here. So in the 3D world, because this is 5D here, this is all inner energy. But when we're actually in the physical world, we're thinking to ourselves, we don't see this connection. This person isn't coming back. This person isn't making communication. We might be looking at them on social media and it seems like they're moving on with their lives. They're not thinking about us. So she might feel a little hopeless and helpless right now in that regard. But what I'm getting here is that she's just not quite sure on what to do next. There could be some circumstances that are holding her back right now from being able to move forward. And she might be really trying to figure that out right now on what move to make. There could be maybe a job situation. There could be maybe a connection that she's in that she wants to either try to get out of or move forward. I'm not sure, but there's just something to where she has some choices and she needs to make a choice, but she might be feeling a little stuck at the moment. Rescue, interesting. Okay, so this is what I'm getting from this Divine Feminine. She really would love nothing more than her Divine Masculine to come to her rescue in the physical world, okay? To rescue her from whatever situation she feels kind of hopeless and helpless in at this present time, okay? And that's not to say that that can't happen, but that might be where she is stuck. She might be stuck as in she is waiting on this connection to basically make her whole. And I'm getting here that she must move forward in the physical world. She's got to go towards completing some sort of cycle for herself, healing. Because the next card is the Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Swords is our greatest fears. It could be that this Divine Feminine, her greatest fear is being alone. Maybe she's not alone right now. Maybe she doesn't want to be alone. Maybe it scares the shit out of her to be alone. Maybe she doesn't want to continue on this path and continue to be alone. I mean, there could just be some issues around just feeling alone, okay? It doesn't mean she's not alone or is alone. She just could just be having issues with the anxieties of that energy. Then that next number is 10 of Swords, and that just means that the worst happened and now it's over. It's the end of a cycle. Now we can go ahead and move on. We can dust ourselves off and we can move on. So I'm getting that the Divine Feminine right now may be holding herself back from really clearing some kind of situation for herself, facing a fear or dealing with something that is holding her back in the physical world. So she might be wanting to be rescued, but I'm seeing that it's almost like she may have to just go into these energies herself and face her biggest fears and do this in order to clear the cycle. That's just what's coming through, you guys. So let's go ahead and see what her overall energy is, her spiritual energy. We do have the Five of Wands with the Dragon's Lair. Okay, so this is what I'm getting here. Her overall energy is that she realizes that there are challenges. She does. Because we have the Dragon's Lair here. This is like this really scary castle that we must go through and battle all these dragons. This is what I'm seeing here. She knows that she is right on the verge of walking through a door. And then once she opens up that door, there's no turning back. Okay? She might feel very afraid right now. She may not want to go through this growth. She may not want to go through whatever this ending of a cycle, because 1 + 9 is 10. So I just talked about the 10. Right now, she's like on the verge of completing something or needing to get through something, and she's just maybe not wanting to deal with it. And so because of this, what I'm getting is that she may be holding herself back on this journey. It doesn't mean that she's holding herself back from, her divine masculine coming back. Everybody has free will. Everybody's doing their own thing, okay? How she handles herself, of course, can affect her own energies. But what I'm getting here is that there's a lesson here for the Divine Feminine, and she may be putting it off. But it could just be facing our fears of letting go, facing our fears of healing some aspect of ourselves that we've been holding on to for quite some time. But whatever it is, this initiation is in front of us, and we must go into this Dragon's Lair. And we may not want to. We have this person that has this, they're holding up that shield. They're like, really reluctantly standing there, and they know that it's going to be a battle. They know that they're going to have to go through some hardships. But I'm just getting that this is what's going to complete a cycle for the Divine Feminine. She has to do this. She has to get strong, and she has to do some sort of clearing or healing or something when it comes to her life. That's what it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how your Divine Masculine is viewing you at this time, Divine Feminine. How's the Divine Masculine viewing you? How is the Divine Masculine viewing you at this time? Interesting. We have the Unseen. Too much is being hidden from you. How he sees you right now is that it's like it's like he sees you, but he doesn't, okay? It may be that he is actually trying to find you, or he's trying to, and I'm just going to use this as an example, maybe he's just trying to look you up on social media, but he can't really find a lot of information about you, so he's unable to really get a good grasp of what you're doing or what's going on in your life. That could resonate for some of you. But for others, what I'm getting is that you may be doing a really good job at remaining mysterious. And this is actually very intriguing to your divine masculine because it challenges him to want to move forward and towards you to try to figure out this mystery. And he's like, he may not know how you feel is what I'm getting as well. He seriously may not realize that you either A, still care, or B, he's just not sure where he's at with you. So I'm just getting that you're mysterious to the divine masculine. Interesting. And we have the present. Now, when this card comes up, it could literally be a gift, or it's about now, as in present moment. So we did get the card earlier for the divine masculine, the here and now, which tells me present. So there is some kind of special message about the present moment. So what I'm getting from this here is that he may, this is how he is presently viewing you, for one, and I just asked that question, which is how is he seeing you now? That's just a confirmation that that's how he's presently seeing you. But he's still not sure. There's still something, you're a mystery to him. There is this gift and treasure. So I'm also getting to how he's seeing you is that there was a gift to your connection, or he treasures something about your connection. Maybe when the two of you were together before, he was going through something, or he just had to figure something out, whatever it was, and he didn't value you back then. But through this connection now, like it's suddenly coming to him, he's starting to feel that illumination. He's starting to feel that light within his heart, and he's starting to feel something here towards divine feminine. He is now starting to see the treasure in this connection with her. And so it's a present as in a gift, but this is also how he is presently viewing you. He may be trying to presently figure something out about you. And we also have a drift. He sees you as somebody who let go of him. He sees you as somebody that basically just said, you know what? I'm just going to basically let go, and I'm just going to do what I need to do, and I'm going to drift. I'm just seeing that he has seen you as somebody who's drifted away from him. He has lost you. That's what I'm seeing. And that might be why he is he's not able to see you right now in the present moment. He's trying to find you. He's trying to figure out what happened to you. He's trying to figure out where you're at in your life right now. And that's because you drifted away. You let go of him. You just basically let go of the flow. I'm getting here for this divine feminine that she just let him go. He may not be used to that energy. He may be very used to women that basically can't let go, that throw themselves at him. Somebody who is used to getting letters of women that need closure and all this other crap. That could be your divine masculine. That's maybe resonating for some of you. But I'm getting that you changed the program for this. You did not do that. You did not hold on. You didn't call. You didn't hang on. You didn't beg to see him. You didn't, you let go is what I'm getting here. And that, I think, is why the unseen card is coming through, because this confuses him. This creates him to not know where the hell he is at with you. So there's much for him to discover because he's confused and he doesn't know where he's at with you. That's just what I'm getting. Interesting. So let's go ahead and see now how you are viewing your divine masculine. Okay, I think this is amazing. You guys both equally share a card here, a meaning. You guys are both seeing each other as a gift. You guys are both realizing that there is something really special that you are learning from this connection. You see it as a blessing. Now, I know that the divine feminine is very evolved in this connection, so she already has come to this understanding. I do see that the divine masculine is starting to connect with this energy. He's starting to get on board that, whoa, this is something special. But I'm getting here that with you, divine feminine, you've already known that this is a gift. You've already known that this is a magical opportunity in order to learn something special here in this lifetime. So you see your divine masculine as a gift, basically from God and the universe to you in this lifetime. You also see him, though, as being unawakened and unaware. That's how you're seeing him right now. But what I'm getting here, Divine Feminine, is that what came through earlier, you're wrong. So that's how you see him. That's how you're perceiving him, is that maybe he is, I mean, yes, he's not as evolved as you, but you're seeing him as unawakened. And I'm actually seeing here through the messages that came through from Spirit is that he is somewhat awakened or awakening right now. So try not to put so much focus on that he is completely unaware of this connection, that he is completely just not, you know, connected here. I'm getting that he is more awake than you realize. And just so you guys know, that's 4 + 7, which equals 11. You see this as a very divine gift from God, this connection. It's beautiful. But you do see him taking a sweet ass time, the snail's pace. You know that this Divine Masculine, you either know intuitively that he is just not that kind of person that is just going to, you know, get taken over by his emotions, and he's not just going to come tearing towards you in the material world. You know that things are going to take time. You know that this Divine Masculine, that's just not his style. He's not going to just rush forward and, you know, make some sort of the thing is, again, this is how you're seeing him. This doesn't necessarily mean this is how he is. This is just how you're interpreting him and viewing him. Because remember, the Divine Masculine sees you as somebody who may not care about him, but you do. See? So I'm just getting here that the way that you're viewing him is that he's taken a sweet ass time, that he's unawakened. But the thing is, we've already seen some cards that indicate that there is some sort of illumination going on here. So there could also be that he is moving more quickly than you realize in this connection too. And then we also have a master number of 22. That could be a special number for some of you out there. So let's go ahead and see where the connection is currently at. What is the connection right now between you and your Divine Masculine? What is the current energies right there? Just so you guys know, those were the Oracle of the Mermaids, the Mermaid deck, and then also the Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle, both by Lucy Cavendish. This next card deck is called The Art of Love by Tony Carmine Salerno. So we're going to take a look at your current connection with you and your Divine Masculine. What's really interesting here is we have the 10 of Wands energy. So the 10 of Wands means that we are getting close to cycling something through, something that we have been something that's been burdening us. This could be old ideas. This could be beliefs, feelings, things that are in our physical world, whatever it is. This is about letting that shit go. So I'm getting here that we are cleaning up our messes within this connection. That's why the name hoarding is there. The word hoarding is there because we no longer want to hold on to shit that no longer serves us. We want to get rid of it. So I think that's very productive for this connection. And what ends up happening is we have this lighter energy. We go straight from the 10 to the ace. So that just tells me that this is completing the cycle. Angels in this deck here is the sword suit. Swords have to do with our thoughts. And that means wisdom, which is the key word down here. So Ace of Angels, we go from the 10 to the 1, which means that we let things go. And because of this, we feel lighter. We have more wisdom. We're able to have possibly a new level of understanding. We are growing here. And we have the Page of Trees, which is the Page of Pentacles energy. So the pages here can sometimes be thoughts. They can also be offers in the material world, okay? So there could be some sort of offer that comes because of this. But what I'm getting more than anything, because this isn't really what we're talking about, the future, what's happening right now, it's more of like your connective energy and the things that are happening within the connection, such as lessons and feelings. So what I'm getting here is that people are able, like this dove, yeah, I think that's a dove. This dove's energy, they're resurrecting. They are having some sort of like life, some brand new feelings of moving forward. They're creating. I'm getting here that this Divine Feminine and Masculine are both creating things in the material world. They're both simultaneously, whether they realize it or not, but I feel like they do. They're both doing something. They're both working hard in the material world in order to create their dreams, in order to create something here, okay? We have the 7 of Angels. Now, the Seven of Angels in this deck here, it is the Seven of Swords, but I like it because it says progress. Seven of Swords in your traditional tarot cards does have the energy of sneaking away, deception, getting away with something. So this card does have a level of uncomfortability and pain to it. But what I'm getting here is that this is something that connects this divine feminine and masculine. It could be that there was some sort of deception in the past. There could be that somebody just cut this connection off very, very abruptly. I do see here, or I did see with the cards earlier, that this divine feminine did just basically disconnect and let go of this divine masculine. And it could just be that, it just kind of feels like somebody just dissolved in the middle of the night. Something just dissolved. And that's really what this is. It's kind of like the thief in the night. We just don't expect it, but it just happens. So it could just be an abrupt end to their connection. But it also could be in alignment with some sort of deception as well when they were in this connection. But I'm getting that there's progress being made on these feelings that are connected to that energy. So that's really awesome. And we have the Teacher. I love it. This is the Hierophant. So this is about clarity. This is about, what I'm getting here is that this connection teaches both the divine feminine and masculine something very valuable. Obviously, it's a twin flame connection. We're meant to trigger each other. We're meant to teach each other lessons. We're designed to basically help trigger each other to grow and be our best selves. And that's exactly what I'm getting from this, is that right now they're learning something. They're gaining much clarity and wisdom with the things that they are letting go of and healing and growing in the material world. So I'm getting that this divine feminine and masculine is very much on track when it comes to this connection, okay? So let's go ahead and see what is blocking this connection at this present time. What is blocking? So we're going to take a look at some divine masculine energy, like what he's blocking right now or what's holding him back. This is the Romance Angels by Romance Angels by Doreen Virtue. Okay, so we have free yourself. So what I'm getting from this for the divine masculine, it's time for him to take control of his life. He may be in a situation right now to where he needs to break free. And that might be something that's blocking him from this connection and from growing. There could just be some heavy sets of expectations on him from the people that are around him, the people that he loves. They may envision his life a specific way, and he may feel obligated to live up to those standards. And I'm just getting that it's time for him to take back control of what's going to make him happy. Not what his peers think, not what his family thinks, or not what his friends think, or society. I'm getting that this divine masculine needs to take back control of what is going to make him happy and stop living his life for everyone else. We also have flirt. This is lighthearted energy, okay? So of course, some of your divine masculines out there just may be a natural born flirt. There may be a lot of people that are around him because he is very attractive, and so there's a lot of suitors that are around him. So I'm just getting here that he's more on this lighthearted energy at this present time. So he is not in that real deep, I'm just getting right now that this divine masculine, as much as he is being illuminated right now when it comes to his feelings towards the divine feminine, his environment is very much social. It's a social atmosphere, and he may have a lot of people around him that it's just very lighthearted. And so that's why that word flirt is coming up. Either he's just very social, like a social butterfly, or there's just a lot of energies that are around him where he is just kind of not really learning from anything. It's like a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Superficial crap. I don't know why that's coming through. Just superficial energy around this divine masculine. And so unfortunately, because of this superficial energy, it may be one of the reasons why he is feeling connected to living his life a certain way. He might feel like he has to have certain things, or have a certain status, or drive a certain car, or wear certain clothes, or just have a certain amount of money. There's something about this divine masculine who may be having a really hard time with trying to break free from society's vision, or what he envisions society or what it should look like for him. I don't know if that's coming through. And last one, heart-to-heart conversations. So this is the thing. Your divine masculine may find it very hard to honestly tell you how he truly feels. He may also have a hard time just being honest, period. Okay? So again, I'm just seeing that this divine masculine is trapped in some sort of, I don't know, it's like another world. And because of this other world, very superficial, it's really hard for him to deeply connect with how he honestly feels. But that conversations is coming up. Earlier when we did this, or in the beginning of this reading, there's something about communication. There's something about messages. Now we're getting it again. This is what the divine masculine is struggling with. This is something he may be blocking out or being challenged by at this present time. So the heart-to-heart conversation is about, he wants to have a heart-to-heart conversation. He wants to honestly tell someone how he truly feels, but he is having a hard time because he needs to free himself from this energy, is what I'm getting here. So the divine feminine. Divine feminine is having issues when it comes to trust. It's saying this situation is calling for you to have faith. You know what? Earlier in this reading, the divine feminine, of course, came through very strong, and I still feel that she is strong. But of course, everybody has darkness. Everybody has challenges. Everybody has their ego selves in this 3D world. And that's her issue right there. Sometimes she doesn't always trust everything. Sometimes, she would like to have some sort of physical proof that there is, in fact, this connection, that it's not just all a fantasy in her head. So she may struggle sometimes when it comes to trusting that she should have more faith in this connection. And give your relationship a chance. Again, work on this partnership. She may feel like, am I just wasting my time? Is this something that's even worth fighting for? Is this something that my divine masculine wants as well? Is this something that's even going to happen? So she might have a hard time even trying to put her trust and faith in even working on this connection. I'm just getting that sometimes she has these pitfalls. And wedding, the situation involves marriage. So I'm just going to throw this out there. For some of you divine feminines, you may be in a connection. Some of you may be married right now. Some of you may be dealing with the divine masculine that is in a connection, like a karmic relationship, or even perhaps somebody who is married. But there's something about marriage here. But if none of those messages apply, there is a third message. The third message is that this is the person that you just know intuitively, that this is the person that you're going to be with. This is your person. This is the person that you envision spending the rest of your life with and having that kind of commitment with. But it's really, really hard at the same time, just trusting to even give this connection a chance that it could even end up that way. So for some of you, that's the message. And for others, your own relationship or the relationship with or your divine masculine being in a relationship could also be causing you to lose faith or just you're just confused, and that's or it's not that you're confused, that could be blocking this connection right now, is a freaking relationship that you're in or your divine masculine's in. Okay, hoping that makes sense. So let's go ahead now, and we're going to move into what the divine masculine truly wants with this connection, and what his message to you from his higher self is at this present time. But what does he truly want with this connection? This right here is the Gaia Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno. And I'm going to use Whispers of Love by Angela Hartfield. Sorry, I already say Hartman, Hartfield. From your divine masculine's higher self, his love message to you. What he truly wants with this connection. We have harmony, power, self-confidence, productivity. That's really a positive message. He really wants to have this harmony with you once again. He wants to have something that works, something that, he wants to have self-confidence for one, to be able to create this. And he wants more power and self-confidence coming through, productivity. He knows that's what's going to create the productivity towards this connection and make it harmonious again, is if he has those things. So what I'm getting is that he is really wanting that energy. He's really wanting the energy of power and confidence to take things to the next level. Peace, yeah. I'm getting here, this divine masculine may really be struggling in his mind. We did see it with the Eight of Swords energy when we first came into this reading. This says dissolving unwanted or disturbing thoughts. Right now, your divine masculine may be really going through a struggle or a crisis in his mind when it comes to you in this connection. There could be a lot of things that are suddenly coming up for him that he wasn't thinking about before. But see, suddenly he's being touched by your energy. It's coming into his energy. And so he's feeling it. And he may be thinking about things that he doesn't want to think about. He could be thinking about things that he did to you. He may be thinking about things that, you know, good times that you guys had. And these are disturbing to him because, you know, you guys don't talk anymore, or something happened, or he doesn't even know how he would come towards you anymore. So there is just this amount of, disturbing thoughts that are disrupting your divine masculine's peace. So he wants peace and he wants harmony is what he wants. We have intuitive communication, silent whispers of the heart. So it's like what he truly wants. This is what I'm getting here. Intuitive communication. This is about, we're not actually speaking in the material world. We actually have some kind of psychic communication going on. And I felt this earlier on in the connection here with the moon energy, and just like we're having some sort of telepathic communication with this divine masculine. I'm getting that this divine masculine is intuitively communicating with you. It's like he is thinking about you, he's feeling you, and he's like hearing you, and he's also communicating to you in his mind. You guys are not speaking. This divine masculine and feminine are not speaking. So that's all he has, is this internal dialogue. And I'm just getting here that that's why we have disturbing and unwanted thoughts. But he's trying to harmonize this. And that's probably why we had trapped in fear come up as his very first card, which is he's trapped in fear to actually come towards you and make some sort of communication with that message in a bottle card that was combined with the Eight of Swords energy. So he only has intuitive communication right now, and he would like to harmonize these things. He would like to gain more power and self-confidence so that way he could be productive in the material world in order to take this intuitive communication to an actual communication in reality. That's what I'm getting from this. I hope this resonates with the two of you. So I'm getting that what he truly wants for this connection is to communicate with you in the 3D world. What is his message to you from his higher self right now? Actions speak loudly. This is exactly what I was talking about. Okay? He wants to take action. He doesn't want to be in this energy anymore of just talking to you in his mind or thinking about you. It's really starting to get to him is what I'm getting here. It's really starting to, and I'm not like getting it like it's a negative, like he's just like, ugh. I'm just getting that it's almost like this feeling of it's driving him to a point where he feels like he can't ignore those signs anymore. He can't ignore these thoughts anymore. He wants to take action on these thoughts. So we have actions speak loudly, as in we have to take some sort of action. We have to be willing to express our love through actions, meaning words aren't even going to cut it. We need to take some sort of action in the material world in order to deliver words is what I'm getting here. So this divine masculine, what he really wants is to come towards you in the material world and communicate with you. That's what I'm getting from this divine masculine here. So let's go ahead now and go into some other energies. What do I want to do? Let's see what, sorry, I said I was going to wing this and I am. Let's go ahead and see what some future energies are of the connection. What are some of the future energies here? Let's just see if we can get anything for actions and timing, progression. Like, so we see that the divine masculine is really struggling and he wants all these things. Is he going to take some sort of action? What is he going to do with all this energy? That's what I want to ask. What is he going to do with all of this energy? This right here is the Angel Tarot by Doreen Virtue. Okay, so we have the Four of Air immediately. Four of Air is somebody who's not taking action, okay? But I always, choose about 5 cards here. So 5 cards will get more of a clearer picture. This could just be like where it starts, as in, okay, this is where we're at right now. We're not taking any action. We're just kind of taking a time out. We're not really coming forward. So is this progressing? We do have the Three of Fire, which is positive because this talks about taking action in the material world. We set something in motion. Now, whether this be that we have a goal, we have an idea, and we basically start to work towards that goal. So the next card would be the Four of Wands, which means that we have built that foundation. We took that action, and now we're reaping the benefits and the rewards of this connection, which would be the Four of Wands energy, which is the 1111 card. So what I'm getting here is that I do definitely see the Divine Masculine taking some sort of action when it comes to how he is thinking and feeling. Yeah, Seven of Earth though. It's like, okay, pause, action, pause. Okay, there is this interesting energy coming through. Seven of Earth really is about, okay, we do something. We plant a seed. So I'm seeing here that maybe this Divine Masculine may decide to just do a little bit towards this situation. Maybe he does something small. He does something small, or maybe he does something to where he puts something out into the universe. Maybe it's a question. Maybe it is, something to where if he receives a sign, then he'll move forward. He will move forward. There's something where it's like he might need some sort of either tangible proof, or he just may be waiting for you to return, because the Three of Wands in a traditional tarot deck is waiting for your ships to return. It's a man who is looking off into the distance, and he is on land, and then there's a ship that is now coming back. So we're waiting for our investments, the return of investments. We're waiting for our ships to come back in. So there is this energy that the Divine Masculine may put something out. It could be communication. It could be a little bit of I don't want to use the word bait, but maybe he puts something on social media, and if you are looking, if he's thinking to himself, well, if she's watching me or whatever the situation is, then maybe this will create something. I just feel like this Divine Masculine is very leery and cautious moving forward. It's like he needs more logical proof rather than just his feeling. Because I'm getting that this Divine Masculine feels a lot. He's a very deep Divine Masculine, but there's something in him that creates him to really kind of shelter himself, to put this shield around himself of logic and practicality. So you could be dealing with a water sign Divine Masculine, and I just say water sign because water signs are very deep and sensitive and also very psychically connected, but he could be have some earth in his chart that kind of gives him more of that practical energy. And we have the Seven of Fire. So to me, this is a card of fighting for it. So see, stop, go, interesting. I'm wondering what the 5th card's going to be. But the Seven of Fire is really talking about we are defending our beliefs and decisions. We are standing our ground. We are moving forward. We are just taking some sort of action. We're willing to fight. We're willing to fight through anything that we feel is holding us back. Okay, final card. The Sun. Wow. Okay, that's beautiful because this is about positive outcomes. Anytime the Sun comes through, it's so positive. It says literally happy outcome. And when I wanted to know, well, where's this going to lead? It's going to lead to a happy outcome. There's going to be illumination. This could also be an indication, depending on where you're at in the world, when the sun is still, the sun's always shining, but when it's hot, this could be summer. This could be the tail end of summer, whatever it is. This could be Leo's energy, as in July and August, because the sun is associated with the sign of Leo. Or you could be talking about a Leo Divine Masculine, but whatever, applies. So I definitely see more fiery, action-oriented energy when it comes to the potential future actions of this Divine Masculine. So 3 action cards versus a thoughts card and kind of staying stuck. I'm seeing more of a positive energy of this is a divine masculine who's actually taking charge, and he is moving forward because he feels confident. He feels like he can fight for it. He feels like he can make this happen. He feels like he can move forward on his feelings and his thoughts. That's really, really beautiful. Really beautiful. So why don't we go ahead and get some messages on the angels and what angels are working with the divine masculine, you, and this connection. So this is Angels, Gods, and Goddesses by Tony Carmine Salerno. So we're going to get an angel or god or goddess that's working with the divine masculine right now. We have God of Indulgence. So the God of Indulgence is with the divine masculine. It's saying, it's all right. Stop beating yourself up. Okay? Also, it's a little indulgence is healthy. What they're saying here is that maybe this divine masculine is just working so hard. He's been putting a lot of his time and energy into just working so hard that he's like not even really having fun anymore. So they're telling him to stop beating himself up. Stop working so hard. You can relax a little and enjoy your life. But this could also mean that whatever actions that he took in the past or just recently, if he has had some sort of bout of, bad karma or whatever it is, he needs to stop beating himself up. These are all opportunities to learn and grow. We all make mistakes. And so this is like God's or angel's way of saying that he needs to stop beating himself up for something. Okay. This is divine feminine. We have Angel of the Universe. It says you are being encouraged to expand your thinking. So the divine feminine is really going through a very expansive energy. And I did see this earlier on in this reading, which was the Six of Cups, which is that soul connection with her divine masculine, and that Moonlight card. I'm really seeing that this divine feminine is being called to look deeply within herself and to expand her mind and really evolve on a much bigger scale than she has ever before. So that's what this card is telling. The angel is with her right now on expanding her thinking when it comes to this connection. It's much bigger than she even realizes, meaning like there's so many things that she cannot possibly grasp in the 3D world. She cannot She can't possibly understand everything from her 3D mind. So she has to go into a deeper part of herself to even understand what is really going on here. And an angel for the connection. Oh my gosh, I love this. This is saying here that this connection, of course, is divinely protected. Angel of Support says the universe has heard your silent call for help, and we are here. So wherever the divine feminine and masculine are at in their journey, which obviously we've seen where they're at on their journey in this reading, they have asked for help, or one of them has asked for help. And because of this, now the divine can come in and intervene. Because the thing is, unless it's life and death, sometimes, not sometimes, we have to ask for assistance because we're here on planet Earth with free will. And so, our angels and our spirit guides aren't really designed to come in and mess with our free will. So until you ask for their intervention and help, they can't really do it. So that's why the angel of support is there. Somebody has asked for help. Somebody has asked for assistance. And so there's a support system around both you and your divine masculine and this amazing divine connection. Okay, so this is going to finish up the reading. This right here is the Art Through the Star Stream Oracle. And I was just going to get 5 cards, but one already flipped out. Be courageous. Courageous. The truth conquers all. This is the divine masculine's energy coming through, because what I'm getting here is that throughout this entire reading, he's trying to build up the courage and the strength in order to speak his truth, in order to, make things right, in order to say something, communicate something to this divine feminine. So I'm getting here that spirit is working with him on becoming courageous, so that way he can take that action towards this connection. What else? run wild for a while. So this is what I'm getting from this. Thing is, you're watching this video, you already know your situation. You already know how it's been for a while, and you can see not only through excuse me, these cards, but you would just intuitively know that things are going to probably take a little bit of time. Obviously. I don't know why I'm just like can't talk right now. So just run wild for a while. Have fun. I believe that's why the Divine Masculine got the God of Indulgence. Sometimes things can't be figured out right then and there. Sometimes there's challenges that we just can't either face or that just don't have an answer right then and there. They're just not meant to be worked out right then and there. So we need to run wild for a while. This is also about if the Divine Masculine is in a connection or you're in a connection, it might be that you disconnect from those connections and you are single for a little bit of time. You run wild for a time before you come back together with this Divine Masculine. So there could be somebody that really needs that time in order to recuperate. We have extreme times require deep reflection. So what I'm getting here is that through the extreme times and the extreme feelings of this connection, it has really led somebody or both of these people to go deeply within themselves. And this has really created a lot of pain, but it's also created a lot of insight for this Divine Feminine and Masculine. So I'm getting here that people have deeply gone within themselves to seek the wisdom as to what the hell this is, this connection, and just why all this is happening to them right now. And I'm seeing that for the Divine Masculine too. I'm getting that the Divine Masculine, who this is resonating for, is somebody who is just some things are happening to him and he just doesn't understand it. He's very perplexed. He's very intrigued and just confused. So he's looking for answers. And so it does require him to go down and deeply reflect. All right. And we got these last two cards because I wanted to go to number 5. And we have these beautiful cards here. We have your goal is within reach. So what Spirit wants you to know is that this connection, the goals that you guys have set for yourselves, not only on your own, but within this connection, are going to be met. And the reason why is because the Divine Masculine is going to be awakened. Once the Divine Masculine wakes, this says wake the Divine Masculine. That's when this is when things are all coming full circle. So the thing is, I already see this Divine Masculine is starting to wake up with these beginning cards that came through. But what I'm also getting from Spirit is that the more that the Divine Feminine reaches for her goals, the more that she works on herself in the material world, that energy, because it's so high in vibration, helps to wake the Divine Masculine. That is what I'm getting from Spirit. So anyways, I know that was a long one. I hope you guys enjoyed that reading. Thank you so much for watching this. I do hope it resonated. If it didn't, no worries. Just chuck it. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.